President J.D. Vance and his wife announced on social media, quote, "We are very excited to share the news that Usha is pregnant with our fourth child, a boy."
This, for me, there was a lot of smoke around him and Erika Kirk. This, to me, it's intended to make us look away, but now I'm looking more because I've been trained in the school of scandal.
So, if anyone...
They were acting like you touched the back of his ass.
I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that.
So Usha Vance just announced she's pregnant with her fourth child, and people are saying the timing feels way too convenient. And it seems this whole pregnancy reveal is being used to distract from JD's alleged affair with Erika Kirk. Some sources speculated that Usha may have used IUI fertility treatment, so the pregnancy announcement would drop right on time to shut down the Erika rumors. However, there's now supposedly an insider claiming the treatments didn't even work and that the baby is actually coming via surrogacy. Meanwhile, publicly, they're already acting like it's some miracle pregnancy. Now, to regular people, this sounds completely unhinged. But when you remember these folks are all actors at the end of the day, it makes you wonder how far they'd go to control the narrative.
So has anybody done the pregnancy math here to figure out that right around the exact time that the Erika Kirk hug happened is when she became pregnant?
So J.D. Vance and his wife Usha just announced they're expecting their fourth child, and they're already spinning it as this big miracle moment. They already know it's a boy, and once the baby arrives in July, it will make it the first time in modern history that a second lady gave birth while her husband is serving as vice president. Usha shared the announcement on her official X page, saying, "We're very excited to share the news that Usha is pregnant with our fourth child, a boy. Usha and the baby are doing well, and we are all looking forward to welcoming him in late July." But here's the messy part. If you look at the comments under Usha's announcement, people are definitely side-eyeing it, especially since for the past few months there have been rumors everywhere that JD and Usha were basically on the brink of divorce. Someone wrote, "Our marriage counselor also suggested another baby once the wife and I realized we had a loveless union. Solve the problem. Hoping dad gets paternity leave. Maybe forever. Congrats to you." And then, of course, there were a bunch of comments talking about Erika Kirk and saying this pregnancy reveal definitely feels like a distraction from all those rumors about JD and Erika. One user said, "Usha Vance getting pregnant in the same time frame as her husband trying to comfort Erika Kirk is not going unnoticed by me. Rosemary's Baby, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo." And this person has a point about the timing, because if the baby is due in July, it means it was conceived right around the time that infamous hug happened.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against.
So if Usha really is pregnant at 40 years old, is the timing just a coincidence? Sure, anything's possible. But knowing J.D. Vance and all the things he's allegedly lied about, you can't really blame people for speculating. And it's not just random social media users side-eyeing the timing. An insider reportedly close to the Vance circle in D.C. claims that Usha actually went the surrogate route when all those affair rumors popped off, and now she's supposedly going to pull an Erika Kirk and hide during her pregnancy for privacy reasons.
Intentionally, when I was pregnant, hid. Not because I was embarrassed, not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private, but because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human inside of me, my baby.
And then another reason people are so suspicious about this perfectly timed pregnancy reveal is because for the past few months we've been hearing nonstop how JD and Usha can't stand each other and how Usha feels trapped and disrespected. And there were receipts to back this up, because the way JD spoke about his wife in public seemed very passive-aggressive and almost like he was low-key laying the groundwork for a divorce announcement. JD also started publicly complaining about Usha being Hindu, and he openly said he hopes she will convert to Christianity for him.
My wife did not grow up Christian. I think it's fair to say that she grew up in a Hindu family, but not a particularly religious family in either direction. Now, most Sundays, Usha will come with me to church. As I've told her, and I've said publicly, and I'll say now in front of 10,000 of my closest friends, do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way. But if she doesn't, then God says everybody has free will, and so that doesn't cause a problem for me. That's something you work out with your friends, with your family, with the person that you love.
And then back in November, Usha was seen without her wedding ring during an outing with Melania Trump, which sparked rumors that the divorce proceedings had already started. And then on top of all that, this photo leaked of JD allegedly screaming at Usha in a DC restaurant. The photo was first shared on Facebook, and the caption said, "Looks like things are not so good in Republican stan. Usha is a liberal, always has been. Apparently they were having an argument loud enough to quiet the restaurant. Why is he wearing a t-shirt?" But just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, rumors popped up alleging that it's not just Usha's pregnancy that's staged, but that whole marriage, and that Usha is just a cover for JD's real preferences, as if you know what I mean. And remember that JD literally admitted in his memoir Hillbilly Elegy that he believed he was gay when he was younger. JD wrote, "At the time, the only thing I knew about gay men was that they preferred men to women. This described me perfectly. I disliked girls, and my best friend in the world was my buddy Bill. But that's not all." One of JD's closest friends from college, a trans woman named Sophia Nelson, claimed that JD is basically playing a role for his political ambitions, and that once he got into politics, he flipped on literally every imaginable issue.
What I've seen is a chameleon, someone who is able to change their positions and their values depending on what will amass them political power and wealth.
Sophia and JD were friends for 10 years, and she revealed that he supported her through her transition, even standing by her when she decided to have gender-affirming surgery.
And, the JD Vance that I knew was supportive of marriage equality and had LGBTQ friends, myself included. And when I had gender-affirming surgery in 2012, JD, delivered me baked goods when I was going through my recovery.
And then there's also Peter Thiel, gay billionaire who played a major role in helping launch JD's political career. Thiel, who reportedly also had close ties to Jeffrey Epstein, showed up in one of the recently released 2014 Epstein emails, writing to Jeffrey, "That was fun. See you in 3 weeks." Now the relationship between JD Vance and Peter Thiel has been drawing a lot of attention because rumors have been swirling that it might have been more than just a friendship. See, after the success of his memoir, Vance didn't jump straight into politics. Instead, he moved into venture capital, joining Mithril Capital, which was co-founded by Thiel. Now here's where it gets interesting. Former colleagues at Mithril have said Vance wasn't around much, and one person who worked there in 2016 even told the Wall Street Journal that in the entire year Vance was at Mithril, they never once saw him in the office. And yet somehow Peter Thiel gave him access to a network that most people could only dream of. Eventually, Vance started his own fund in Ohio called Naria Capital, and once again, Thiel was one of the major backers putting money behind it. And then when JD decided to go into politics and launched his Senate campaign in 2022, Peter Thiel made one of the biggest Senate-related donations in U.S. history, reportedly around $15 million to a super PAC supporting Vance. So here's the thing, you've got a gay billionaire tech mogul funding a young, ambitious guy's career from the ground up and opening doors no one else could. So of course, people started reading between the lines, especially after all that shady stuff about Thiel's personal life started resurfacing. So now the internet is wondering if JD and Usha's marriage is yet another psyop we've been sold, together with this perfectly timed pregnancy. Again, it's all speculation at this point, but at the same time, we can't forget that all politicians are just actors performing on the world's biggest stage.